Hear he, hear he, hear ye, hear ye, hear he, hear he, hear ye, hear ye. Yes, Lord. Check, check. 1 2 1 2. How we coming? Am I too loud? Is it too loud? Do I need to turn it down a little bit? We coming in hot. How we coming in? Let me know if I'm bored again. Let me know everything. Grand old chat room. How we doing, man? How we doing? It's been a while. It's been a few days. It has been a few days. Been busy. Been working. Mm. They gave me the one. They said the sound is good. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I've been busy while the family's away. The family's in Belgium at the moment, so I got a bit of spare time. Yeah, it was either Belgium or work. Belgium or work. I got a lot on my hands, right? So I went with work while the family went to Belgium for a few days. So here I am, London, home alone, just like Macaulay Culkin, huh? Just like Macaulay Culkin. Yes, Lord. But there you are. We've got down there, we've got Lizzo in the building. Salute to Lizzo. Welcome. Said he's on his best behavior. Oi, oi. Lizzo's on his best behavior. Good stuff. Thank you. Even though I prefer naughty Lizzo. I've said it. I said it. All right. I said it. I said it. No take backsies. Twin in the building. Welcome, CC. Big up to you always. Bad girl. Big up, big up. Day one always. You done know. Big up day one. Yes, Lord. Mushroom Coyote in the building. Salutes. How we doing, Mushroom Coyote? Good to see you. Good to see you. Big up. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sending some love there, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Just want to thank you so much for coming into my live streams lately, London, and being so supportive, caring. I've got your back. Thank you. No problem. It's what we do, right? It's what we do. We show support when support's needed. Or it's at least what I do. Right? It's what I do when support is needed. Yeah, yeah. You hear that? Listen to that. Listen to this. Yeah, that was the beating of my heart. While it still beats, while it still beats, I show love and support to the people who need it. Right? Yes, Lord. Hmm. Ah. So yeah, 420 if you got that, by the way. Right? 420 if you have that. If you have that. Mm. I got that in abundance. Flavors. Flavors. I got something called giraffe, Pussy. I know, crazy. I'm smoking on some giraffe Pussy right now. Never even heard of it until today. Crazy. But it's dank. Dank. Sitting next to Hillary smelling like dank. Oh Lord. Mm. Yeah, that smells good. So yeah, man. Thought I'd go live, see what's up, test the waters, you know. I've been thinking to myself, going over some of my old stuff. And, when I look at some of the old stuff, it's like, was I right? Hmm? Have we been accurate in our research and findings? Was I right? Strange, right? You got to go back and look at the old stuff a bit like what I've been saying with the you know, the beast productions that are out there, if you know what I mean, through the Hollywood genre, yeah, through the music system, yeah, everything. They've been showing us one thing and one thing only. You figured it out. Yeah, they've been showing us many things, but we've had to go back, right? Like back to the future style to find what we need. Yeah, we've had to go back, believe it or not, to find what we need. Yeah. How does that saying go? Take steps back to go forward, right? That's like what some of the occultic teachings apparently. To go forward is to go backwards. Sorry, to go backwards is to go forwards, excuse me. Yeah, wild. And this is where we find ourselves going back, revisiting the past to find what we need to go forward into the future. Glorious. I love it. Yeah, I really love it. Excuse me. Because some of the things in the future, you are yet to see it, right? You don't even understand it. It's like what I said to you before about, you know, us getting shown things and we think we don't even know what it is. We just turn our nose up at it because we have no idea what they're showing us. But I beg to differ. I think they are showing us our construct in many things. Even this image right here on the screen right now. Yeah. Some type of design how a construct may look, or how it has looked, or how it does look. To a degree, right? To a degree. I'm not saying it's got a woman sitting right in the middle of our construct and an old man with a bed. No, 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 no. You got to use your imagination. Use your imagination. But yeah, like I said, we've been going back to go forward. And, you know, some of the stuff that I've been calling, maybe a year, 2 years, we've been coming across certain things, right? Of lately. It's like, whoa, hold on. This is what we've been speaking about for the past year and then a few months, like, you know, things have been falling into place with no effort, may I add, with no effort. It just falls into place, right? It falls into place. And that's how we like it. You don't have to force it. If it's real, it goes, right? It's a goal. Don't have to force it. But yeah, I've got a few things. Watch, I thought to myself, hey, I called that. Let me put that to the side, show the folks. Maybe we can talk about it. It's like, hey, I called that also. It's like, what are they showing us? Hmm? What are they showing us? Coyote says, makes sense in a way. Yeah, yeah, but hey, if it don't make sense, it hasn't got my attention. I tell you that much. If it doesn't make sense, it hasn't got my attention for the most part, right? I mean, many things does not make sense, but it still gets my attention from time to time, right? But you understand where I'm going with it. Rust in the building. Walk on. Salutes. Big up. Big up. Big up. Now, even this image on the screen, right? This image on the screen, they're showing us the rings again. They're showing us the rings. We have a crescent moon down here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a crescent moon. What's the expression? What's the saying in Islam? Mm? Heaven is underneath your mother's feet, right? And what has London been saying? Heaven is the moon, right? And you got the moon underneath the mother's feet right here, right? Got heaven underneath your mother's feet. That's how the phrase goes in Islam, right? Connections. Yeah. Heaven is underneath your mother's feet. That's what they say. Now, I mean, like I said, we've been calling stuff, right? The rings, the arc, the moon. Now, why is it in the things that we talk about? Like I said, I've had to go back to look, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's in the movies. Now, who's speaking this into existence? Is London or is it the movies? Who's on the money? Is it London or the movies? Hollywood, right? Are we speaking the same language? Do we understand what's going on? Do we understand the spells they're casting? Excuse me. Hmm? Now, keeping in mind the research result, excuse me, the results are showing us with the research that everything is leading back to the moon, right? It concludes with the moon. The results are coming back the moon. Why is that? I mean, we spoke about the arc. I said the arc is the moon. Now, even in these movies here, they're flying through the moon. And what is the name they're calling the moon? Hmm? What is the names given for the moon as they're flying through the moon? Let's have a look. Let's have a listen.
His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs.
Oh, megastructures, aka moons, are actually arcs. Fascinating. Hmm. That's fascinating because Mr. Hollywood, that's the type of shit I teach over here. You know that, right, Mr. Hollywood? Yeah, that's the shit we kick over here, right? Let me hear that again.
His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs.
Yeah, okay. That's the shit I speak. Yeah, see this thing right here? Yeah, megastructures, the arcs. 420 if you got that. I find that interesting. Is Hollywood listening to me? Hey, Hollywood, are you listening? Are you taking from my script or are we somehow decoding your script? What's going on? Talk to me, Hollywood. Hmm? Gee, we got Maryland in the building. Maryland, Sister Kim in the building. Yes, Lord. Lay low. Hey, I said it before. I had a real down ass homie called Kim. She was cold as fuck. Hey, can't step to Kim. Yeah, salutes to Kimberly in the building. So yes, Mr. Hollywood, Mr. Man, Mr. Hollywood. What's going on? Are you eavesdropping? Hmm? Are you taking from my script or am I decoding your script, Mr. Hollywood? Hmm? Talk to me, Mr. Hollywood. What's going on? Why am I having to go back to find what's right, Mr. Hollywood? Yeah, the arcs, the ring system, Mr. Hollywood.
megastructures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs.
Need I say more? Right? Wild. Wild, 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 wild. Mr. Hollywood, I need some answers because who's writing the script? Is it you or me? Huh? Who's writing the script, Mr. Hollywood? I need to know. Spooky right now. Yeah, very spooky, Mr. Hollywood. Mr. Hollywood, how comes you're making it so easy? This is easy now, Mr. Hollywood. Yeah, it's so easy, man. I mean, it is what it is, really, right? That's just one of them things. We've been speaking about the arcs, the moon, the megastructures, and here Mr. Hollywood has the moon, the arcs, the megastructures.
Structures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs.
Hmm? The arc, the moon, ladies and gentlemen. These people are flying through the moon, calling it an arc. Huh? Yeah, flying through the moon. Megastructures, civilization, wheels upon wheels, apparently. But it's just in the movies. I'm not saying that's real life, obviously. I'm saying the script, what we've been pulling out, is in the movies. Fascinating. Yeah. I mean, further you go back in, time, they're showing you how, you know, people like even Galileo, they were saying things like, it seems like there's a world within the moon. A world within the moon, yeah. A world within the moon. Now, maybe things would have made more sense to them if they realized it was just a reflection. They was looking at themselves. Yeah, maybe it would have made sense. Maybe that is documented somewhere, but they only put out what they want to put out, right? Or maybe we're just not looking hard enough. Or maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Don't worry, I'll get to the bottom of this. Yeah, megastructures, moons, arcs, no random shit. Living inside the moon, an arc. What? That shit's crazy, right? I mean, if they're showing you that people can live inside a moon in a movie, right? If they're showing you in a movie, right? Within a movie, what about the construct itself? If they're showing you in a movie that the moon can be hollow, right? In a movie, they're showing you this, may I add. What, what do you think the Earth might be or could be? That makes you think, right? If the moon could be hollow, what could the Earth be? Could we be looking at it completely wrong? Remember optical illusions, right? Optical illusions. Look at that hollow spheres, right? Optical illusions may appear frequently. All right. Yeah. Now, use that same method with the hollow moon with an hollow earth. Yeah. Use that method. They're flying through a moon which is hollow. Now use that method with the earth. I'm just saying, if they can make the moon hollow in a movie, they can do the same for the earth, right? In a movie. Kind of wild. But then it makes me think about, things like this. It's like, what was they trying to show us with images like this when it came to the realm? Right? Things like this. A construct within a construct, right? Holospheres. Grendel chat room. What's happening, Jeeps? Salute. It's a feedback loop. You're feeding each other. God damn. Luke said, hey, Dupes ever feeding each other, Oh my. London, you're right on it. And so am I. We both see it. Yeah, come on. We see it, man. We see it. Mm. Daniel Solomon in the scripture according to Matthew, Jew line there, divine lineage goes through Solomon. However, according to Luke, it is through Nathan. As I said, it is you and I and all of us. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Create a movie. Hey, that's what we need to do. Create a movie on how we want to get out of here. See if that manifests. See if they do that, right? See if they pick up on that. I like that. The moon is the room. We still in. Woo! The moon is the room. Yeah, born into sin. There you go. hmm All right, piano in the building. What's happening? Salutes and welcome. Yeah, hollow, right? So, boom, hollow moon, hollow earth. Remember, the more you research into hollow moon, it leads you to hollow earth, and vice versa, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, I kid you not. That's the shit they're trying to keep from you. Really. Yeah, I've heard flat earthers use the snow globe for, their reference, saying we're living in a snow globe. Okay, you just said globe, right? If you can, say you live in a snow globe, then yeah, bingo, inside the globe, hollow earth, right? But yeah, let's keep going because what else did we call, right? Hollow earth, hollow moon, right? What else did we call? Hold on, because there's a few things. This one, what is it? Oh, sorry, it's the wrong one. This one right, Hessa. Mm-hmm. I still ain't seen no one debunk this yet. No one debunk this yet. Like for like. Made that bigger. Right there. And you know, it makes me think about the moon even more with the domes, right? I mean, if we're gonna speak about dome, flat Earth and dome, the only way I can ever see that being possible is the moon. Where else is that presented where else is that presented to us? Domes, the moon, all right? The moon. If you see it on Earth, it's a representation of, the bigger one, lunette. But where is it? It's on the moon. I've been looking at some of those old, how would you call it, quote unquote conspiracy theories from back in what, I don't know, maybe like even 13 years ago, 15 years ago. You got people talking about dome places on the moon. Right? When I used to, like I said, remember with the UFO stuff, right? The mothership, the New Wapians. We used to laugh at that shit, or at least I did, right? At least I did. I was like, mothership, get out of there. What are you talking about, mothership? Look where we are now. Lens, right? Lens cult, UFO cult, right? Come a long way. There's been many things that I used to be like, get out of there, and then look where we are now with it, right? Now, the dome thing was one of them. Domes on the moon. I was like, get out of there. But as you go deeper into this moon shit, it's like, wow, maybe these people that are speaking this shit from 15, 20 years ago about domes on the moon was actually trying to show us that it's really us. But they didn't know that. They just thought, hey, there's domes on the moon. What could it be? They had no idea about the reflection, us. They just thought, hey, there's civilization on the moon. Like, okay. But they didn't know it was us. There was a movement of people that used to look into these things, domes, but they had no idea it was us. You get where I'm going with this? There'd been movements, like I said, the mothership, the domes, the moon, but it didn't make sense to us because we wasn't there yet. Now we there, baby. Yes, Lord. 420. All right, we understand it fully now. Now, even when they speak about, the moon, I've been saying, hey, look, hold on, what was I saying? Boom, the moon, right? The eye, the lens. Let's have a look down here. Right, you can see the globe. This is a depiction of our realm again, but you see the eye, right, in plain sight. But pay attention because you see the lens right here. This is the moon, right? The celestial sphere. This is the moon. Now, I was saying it for quite some time, right? I was saying this for quite some time. Like, hey, here's the moon again, right? They're not showing you the realm. Well, they're showing you the realm, the eye, the lens, the moon, right? That's what I've been saying. Now, where else do they show us this? Mr. Hollywood, are you listening? Hmm? Mr. Hollywood, let's have a look. You have the eye. All right, you have the eye. Creature. You have the eye. All right, you have the eye. All right, as you can see, eye for eye, like for like for like, corneas, lens, hyaloid canals, optic nerve, globes, meniscus, cortex, irises, everything. Let's keep going. And then you have the lens. Excuse me, the moon. The moon, the lens. Huh? Who's writing the script? Mr. Hollywood. Mr. Hollywood, talk to me. Mr. Hollywood, you gone quiet, man. You gone quiet, Mr. Hollywood. But I don't need you to go quiet. I need you to keep making that stuff because we see it clearly. And then you have the lens. Excuse me, the moon. There you go. Right? So why are they flying to the lens in the eye? But the lens in the eye happens to be the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Hmm? You just seen them crawl into a beast eye. Right? The beast eye right into the eye. Not crawl into it, they flew into the eye. Right? And they went directly to the moon, which happens to be the lens of the eye. They went directly to the moon, which happens to be the lens, ladies and gentlemen. That shit we talk about. Hmm. Can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. That's the shit we show you, right? So let's use this as a reference. It's just imagine if this is the beast's eye. Hmm? It's just the lens, the moon at the back. Hmm? Cannot make this shit up. What are they showing you? What am I showing you? The one to the left is a real human eye, right? Okay, it looks like a moon. The one to the right is meant to be a moon, but it's in the eye of a beast. Yeah, look, it's in the eye of this. They really should be flying to the lens, right? Not the moon, but the lens. But they're flying to the moon, which happens to be in the position of the lens. You get where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Yeah, you ain't gonna get it anywhere other than here. Greater light, greater light. Yes, Lord. Mother of AI. Queen of the South in the building. Brian, what's going on? Yeah, pay attention. The eye, right? You have the eye. Now you got an eye. I have an eye. Just in case you forget what an eye looks like. This is what an eye looks like, right? Right? This is what you're looking at when you see this, right? An eye, right? It's just like this. Now, these people are showing you in a, animation that they're flying in a capsule, right? A capsule flying into an eye to the moon, where the lens should be, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, wild, right? They're reading my script. They're reading my script. Ah, Lord. They're reading my script. Greater light, greater light. I should have my own station. Pump this shit out 24/7. They're reading my script, man. Yeah, I show you. Look, I'm gonna show you. Look. You have the eye. Yeah, you have the eye. Yeah, like we said, the eye, lens, okay. And then you have the lens. Excuse me, the moon. The lens, excuse me, the moon. I have to correct myself, but it's like, whoa, whoa. You know what I mean there? Yo, you ain't gonna get anywhere else other than Lay Low, Moon TV, your boy London. Hmm? Pay attention. They're gonna give it a water down, flat boom, that's it. Yeah, pay attention. Everything leads back to the moon. All roads lead back to the moon. Yes, Lord. Huh. Who's writing the script? They're watching me. I got a feeling somebody's watching me. No. Mhm. The chat room saying, let's have a quick look. Genesis is deeply encoded. Woof. If it's talking at me shit, it's got my attention. Hey, that's all. I'm just here for the moon shit. If it ain't the lens, the moon, the Oculus, I ain't got time for it. You know my style. You know my style. Mm? Salutes to the Godfather. Mm? Salutes to Casey. They played a big part in this. So what you saying? Should we keep going? Shall we keep going? Let me know. Put a one in the chat if we should keep going. Or open panel. What should we do? Keep going or open panel? Keep going. Woo. They want that shit. All right. Cool. Let's do this. How many times was I right? Hmm? Boom. Let's keep going. There you go. Hey, let me put this out there as well. I do have a helping hand, you know. I don't just do this by myself. I have people that contribute, right? I have people that contribute from time to time, not all the time, right? Not all the time. This is me, but you know, people from time to time, they drop me a gem, drop me something cold. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I can use that, right? I can use that. But other than that, it's your boy. Yeah. Other than that, it's your boy. I can say that wholeheartedly. My well don't run dry. I got plenty more to come. It's just timing, right? I'm a real busy guy. That's all it is. But yeah, if you like that moon shit, that lens shit, we got that. More Moon TV on the way. Yes, Lord. Look, they're just flying to the moon. Look at that, though. How they go into the lens to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Let's take it back one more time and we let it play. And then you have the lens. Excuse me, the moon. There you go. Look, you can even see the eyelashes in the top of this one here, like the eyelash up there, and the eyelash down there. Oh Lord, and the moon right here. Look at that. Excuse me, the lens. All right, let's keep going. A friend of mine sent me this short clip to this. This one right here. This one right here. Yeah, a friend of mine sent me this short clip. This one right here. Man, oh man, look what they're showing you right in the sky. Let's take it back real quick. Pragmata, lay low. 420 if you got that shit. A friend of mine sent me this short clip to this video. All right, you see it? You see it? Don't act like you don't see it. You see that shit? Let's roll. A friend of mine sent me this short clip to this video. As you can see, the lens. You see the transitioning? They're cold with it. I'm cold with it. Ah, cold, lay low. A friend of mine sent me this short clip to this video. Look at that, they show you the lens. It's wild because I said to someone, look, if there's a lens or a moon up in the sky that they're showing us, there must be an eye, there must be something there. It can't just be there. They're hiding the rest of it, right? Look what they're showing you in the movies, in the games. This is in the games. So we've already seen the movies. The shit's in the movies. Don't act like we just, hold on, look, it's in the movies, right? It's in the animations, right? Now look where we are now. We're in the games now. God damn. Can't make this shit up. From the movies to the animations to the games. Crazy. Lay low. Can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. And it's been consistent. Moon, eye, arc, lens. Can't make this shit up. Yeah. Look what's in the sky. Watch the transitioning. Listen. A friend of mine sent me this short clip to this video. As you can see, the lens and the eye, the moon, pragmata. It's conditioned. I cannot get it out of my head now. I see it in everything. I don't know whether it's a gift or a curse, but pay attention. Listen, I don't think they understand this location. Yeah, you see it there. It's conditioned. I see it in everything now. Let's go. Hold on. They say eye in the sky. Yeah. Yeah. He said, this is such a mind fuck. Yes, Lord. It's beautiful, just like my wife's eyes. Irresistible. Yes, Lord. Born again. Yes, Lord. Glad to be here. A friend of mine sent me this short clip to this video. As you can see, the lens and the eye, the moon, pragmata, is conditioned. I cannot get it out of my head now. I see it in everything. I don't know whether it's a gift or a curse, but all right, so hold on. The lens and the eye. The lens and the eye. So what are they showing us? Hold on. Let's go back to this. Yeah. That's what they're showing us. I was moon checking over, right? Check, check, check. You're he. Ah, there you go. Thank you, born again. Hit me with the you're he. Yes, Lord. All right. So yes, what was they just showing us? All right. This here, what they're showing us. Yeah. The moon, the lens, the eye. It's the same thing they're showing us here. The moon, the lens, the eye. Same thing. Same thing. Now, this would be it here again. The moon, it's the lens and the eye. In a sense, right? They're just showing it through certain phrases. So they're showing you here, right here. Even phases. Right here. Now, keeping in mind the lens and the eye, right? The reflection. Let's keep going. Eye, the moon, pragmata, is conditioned. I cannot get it out of my head now. I see it in everything. I don't know whether it's a gift or a curse, but pay attention to this location. They seem to be in Earth at this moment in time. All right, they're on Earth, as you can see. They got the taxis going on. They got the buildings. They're on a construct, right? Let's keep watching. Probably Tokyo or something like that. You know those crazy animations? It's always downtown Tokyo gets destroyed and shit. Yeah, you go check your Akiras and everything. It's always Tokyo. I love that kind of setting. If it isn't, you know, New York getting ripped apart, it's always Tokyo. Right, there it is again. Ooh, it's got a glitch on it. This one got a glitch on that bitch. Look at that. Diana. What's that? Birds, press. Yeah, that moon's got a glitch. Look at it. Right, now it's got no glitch. It's a normal moon. Right, it's a normal moon. It's almost like where else would you get a glitch? On a screen, right? A screen, you'll get a glitch on a screen. Wow.
There it is.
See it? Glitching.
There it is. The lens in the sky. The moon. Look. But how would the lens
Hold on. And it's our moon as well. Yes, Lord. It's our moon. I was looking out for the patterns. Yeah, it says our moon. Okay.
sky, the moon, look. But how would the residents in the area in the early 8th century have understood the terrain?
That surrounds them at the macro God's eye level of a satellite, right? This is some old frescoes, some old readings, right? From like, what was it, 11th century or something crazy like that. But, so excuse me, the 8th century, 11th century, right? Now, how would they know these things? How would they know these things? How would they know these things? Now, this is from the 8th century, as you can see, but it's in a game, right? It's in a game at the macro God's level, macro God's eye level of a satellite. This shit's in a game, as you can see. Who's reading my script? Huh? Hollywood, we need to talk. Hollywood, come in. Come here to Hollywood. What the fuck's going on? Mr. Hollywood, what is going on? You need to, like, you know, really get in contact with me, Mr. Hollywood. Because it's obvious, Mr. Hollywood, that you like my style. Lay low. Mr. Hollywood. You've even got our moon. Look at that, Mr. Hollywood. Mr. Hollywood, I love it. So we've gone from the movies to the animations to the games, Mr. Hollywood. And you're talking my language in everything, Mr. Hollywood. CJC in the building. We got the Good Vibe Tribe in the building, folks. Salute to the Good Vibe Tribe. Yes, Lord. Amongst us, our predators in the building. Salutes, welcome. Tay in the building. Well, go on, Tay. Yeah, man. What's that? Air Asia. Air Asia, salutes. Yeah, man. Mr. Hollywood. From the movies to the animations to the game. That's 3 of those changes, right? But there's like 2, 3, 4. 4 times he was right. Let's keep going.
It is the lens in the sky, the moon, look. But how would the residents in the area in the early 8th century have understood the terrain that surrounded them at the macro God's eye level of a satellite?
All right, macro God's eye level of a satellite, and there you have a satellite crashing in, right, from the lens, yeah, from the moon, right behind the lens. Look, right behind the moon, right. Now, a few months back, I remember I presented something to you folks, and it was saying, you know, it had the just how would you call it, the Earth in the middle, and then it had the ring going around it, but it was trying to show you that's the elliptical movement of the moon, right? But no, we know that's not the case. They're just showing you the barrier, but the moon wasn't labeled moon, it was labeled satellite, right? The satellite, right? That's what it labeled. It was labeled satellite. It wasn't labeled moon, it was labeled satellite. This was a few months back. I remember I showed you folks because I was meant to put it in this, but I forgot. But yeah, it was labeled satellite, not moon. But let's keep going.
There it is, the lens in the sky, the moon. Look. But how would the residents in the area?
Yeah, there you go. Satellite comes crashing through right where the moon was. Right, that's wild. Yeah, satellite comes crashing through right where the moon was. Crazy. Sleeping satellite. I like that. We live on a satellite. Imagine that. Crazy, right? They're paying homage. This is what I'm saying. When they're doing all their rituals and all these things, they're actually paying homage to the moon. Yeah, everything leads back to the moon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Whether it's the capsule or the satellite or the weather balloon, yeah, everything leads back to the moon. I bet my money on that. Hey, let's keep going.
Area in the early 8th century have understood the terrain that surrounded them at the macro God's eye level of a satellite. Wow. But how would the residents in the area in the early 8th century have understood the terrain that surrounded?
See that shit? That shit was so good. I had to repeat that shit. You heard me repeat that shit again. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, frescoes, and then you have games that are showing what the frescoes are saying, ladies and gentlemen, from the early 8th century. What we doing here? Huh? What we doing here? Wild. Can't make this shit up.
Level of
Where is this place? What are we? It don't just stop at flat Earth. I've been saying this. It don't stop at flat Earth. Whoop-tee, you found out flat Earth. Whoop-tee, let me clap it up for you. Let me clap it up for you. Whoop-tee, big deal. Whoop-tee. Yeah, there is some truth to flat Earth, but it does not stop at flat Earth. It keeps going. I kept going, is what I'm trying to say. I kept going. They stopped. I kept going, and look what they're presenting to us. Frescoes from the 8th century, games, movies, animations, showing that shit they're talking to us about. Let's keep going.
a satellite. Wow. But how would the residents in the area in the early 8th century have understood the terrain that surrounded them at the macro God's eye level of a satellite? If you check out the surroundings, chaos seems to be happening. It seems like a depressurization eye
Mad.
level of a
Look,
satellite. If you check,
you see, when I see her eyes lit up, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna see something crazy right now. They don't show you no eyes lighting up for no reason. When the eyes light up, yeah, you know it's a deep little thing going on. Yeah. When the eyes light up, it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You see that shit? Hold on, pay attention. Pay attention. We all got this shit inside of us. This isn't just my truth. This is everybody's truth. We all got eyes. We've all been deceived. Yeah, we all got eyes. This is our story. We've been sleeping on this. We had no idea. No pun intended. The eyes, I'm telling you. Let's keep going. The lens, the moon, the reflection.
At the surroundings, chaos seems to be happening. It seems like a depressurization is happening.
That's the shit Jay Genius talks about. You know, the firmament cracking open. Yeah, the firmament cracking open and everything floating up. I've heard him mention that a few times. Maximus, what's happening? I see you. Take your time. Take your hey, take your time. Stay, hey, calm, calm, steady, steady, my brother, steady, brother, brother, steady. Brother, steady, steady, brother. Take your time, brother. Take your time, brother. Steady now. All right. Maximus in the building. Hey, that's my Croatian brother. Mm-hmm. Lay low.
But how could this be possible? Unless there must be a crack somewhere, maybe a crack in the firmament. Look, they are leaving the moon now. They are.
Wowzers, did you see that shit? They just exited the moon. How's that possible? How's that possible? If they was on Earth and they just exited the moon. Did you see that shit? Let's take it back a bit. Hold on, I don't think you see that shit. Lucky. Look, she activated something. Remember this little cyborg chick? She saved herself and mercenary astronaut, whatever he seems to be. All right, she activated some type of device which saved them from crashing into the satellite. Okay. All right, see it get deployed. It deployed a type of web, type of globe, a web ball. See that? Oh my, hold on a second. Oh no. Oh my Lord. I know what this is now. I know what they're depicting. Damn. Look at that. Say no more. We're gonna have to come back to this part here at a later stage. I've got something for you, but let's keep going. Jesus Christ. See, this is what I'm saying. You have to go back to understand, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep going.
But how could this be possible? Unless there must be a crack somewhere, maybe a crack in the firmament. Look.
All right, look at that. They just was going, and now they're outside. Look.
They are leaving the moon now. They are leaving the moon. How is that possible if they are in the Earth? Maybe the Earth is inside the moon. Could that be?
Maybe the Earth is inside the moon. Could that be possible? Maybe the Earth is inside the moon. Could that be possible? Could that be what they're trying to show us? Breaking through the mirror, the glass, the chrysalis. Breaking the hex. Yeah, breaking the hex. Enoch spoke about the hex, the earth, its boundaries, from the depth, from the waters to the tops. The chrysalis, the hex, ladies and gentlemen. The basalt, He described them as basalt patterns. How would he know? How would he know the depths? How would he know the depths of the depths, ladies and gentlemen? Fascinating. The heights, yeah, that's a different thing. I'm pretty sure he walked, he got taken upwards, right, into the heavens. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he would see the ceiling, the construct. But the depths, how do you know the depths, Enoch? Fascinating. We'll get into that at a later stage. Aye, let's keep going.
Possible. In which the earth now? They are leaving the moon. How is that possible if they are in the earth? Maybe the earth is inside the moon? Could that
Maybe the earth is inside the moon. I mean, hold on a second. That shit blows my minds away. Blows my minds away. Damn. This guy is projected, breaking through the glass ceiling. I don't normally ask for thumbs up, but Sydney's pushing out. Sure. Thank you, Liz. Cheers. Yeah, do as Lizzo say. If you're enjoying what's presented to you so far, the alternative show, give me a thumbs up. The least you can do, right? Give me a thumbs up. Cheers. I appreciate you. If you watch this back on the replay, lay low. Yeah, wow. They're leaving the moon. How is that possible, ladies and gentlemen? If they are on the earth, how do they go up and exit through the moon? Somebody asked me that. I know it's just a game for crying out loud. Mr. Hollywood, what are you trying to tell me, Mr. Hollywood? Or am I telling you this? It's gotten to that part now, Mr. Hollywood, where it's like, I'm just telling you what's going on now. My way or the highway, Mr. Hollywood. Yeah, Mr. Hollywood's my way or the highway. Because you just keep showing me what I already know. It's like you're confirming it. I'm going back, Mr. Hollywood, and you're confirming what I'm fucking putting out there, Mr. Hollywood. The shit I'm talking about, Mr. Hollywood. Yeah, shit's crazy.
possible if they are in the earth? Maybe the earth is inside the moon? Could that be possible? In which we said that the earth is contained with the lunar orb, as if in an epicycle. The earth is contained with the lunar orb. Translation meaning the earth and the moon is both inside of the globe. Just like the eyes, the lens is inside of the globe. If earth is inside of the moon, then what is inside of the lens? Let's take a look. The nucleus, of course, the center of the capsule, the dark region. Let's take
Ah, the nucleus. We arrive at the nucleus, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Grand old chat room. What you saying to me? This shit fire. As above, so below. Agree, born again. Many times when walking my dog, look at the moon. It's small. I turn the corner, it's looking through another different lens. It's huge. Yeah, you know what? I've seen it a few times. Yeah, okay. Say no more. Mhm. It's me that equals fascinating theory to depths. How did he know? London blows my mind. Yeah, come on, listen. How did he know? How did he know? He's his documentations was so like on point. It was like near enough he made it himself. Yeah, his description. Listen, I got so much coming for you folks, man. I think the moon is what Earth looks like on the outside, like a reflection since we live on the inner surface of the concave Earth. Well, this is the thing. I mean, I think it's the domes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It has to be the domes to some degree. Or if it isn't us, it's somebody else. If it isn't us, it's somebody else. But I think it is us. Yeah, I think the domes are us. That's the only way flat Earth is gonna work, in my opinion. If the flat earthers can't see that part, then they're stuck just knowing flat earth and the dome, not knowing the dome is connected to the moon. This is where the dome comes into play, right? This is the only way it's going to work, in my opinion. But they can't see that far ahead. They can't see that far past their nose, right? And I understand, because you get some people that are gonna die in their mountain, swear to earth and back that it's just flat earth and that's it. They're not willing to have a look. But of lately, I've been seeing a few of them, talk about the ark, talk about other things, which is good, you know. Even the UFO to some degree. I've seen I've seen a few things. I know you're kind of watching Mr. Sanchez, which is cool. Take what you need. Take what you need, you know. But yes, the nucleus. We've arrived at the nucleus, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look.
Because this is a very, very thick nucleus. Now I'm trying to remove it with the nucleus loop. And here it is a Cataracta nigra. It's a very black nucleus. It's a very black nucleus. It's a very black nucleus. And here it is a Cataracta nigra. It's a very black nucleus. And here it is a Cataracta nigra. And
Cataract nigra, Rupus nigra, Cataract nigra, Rupus nigra. You see the little connections there we're making? Yeah, yeah. All right, Black Rock, Rupus nigra, Cataract nigra. I ain't gonna get it like this. Yeah, tell him, Kai. No one has gone deeper into this. Thank you, London. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm here for you folks, man.
nucleus. And here it is.
Could that rock be the nucleus?
Is a Cataracta nigra and very thick, like a stone, like a pebble.
All right. You know what? So I let that play. I let that. I leave that. Actually, we got Jay coming up on that. But yeah, I'll rock it out for a little while. Tuesday Jay's on that. Let's rock it out.
The nucleus of a healthy eye lens is naturally clear, but with age it can become yellow, brown, or even black. We've already made the connection between the black nucleus and the cataracts. Let's see what we can find with the yellow nucleus. The Apophysis of George Washington is a fresco by Constantino on the ceiling of the US Capitol building Rotunda, depicted George Washington ascending into the heavens as a god figure. If you ask me, if you look very close, they could be showing our construct. Thanks to J Dreamers, this was a gem.
Hey, salute to Jay.
Figure.
Read that part there.
If you ask me, if you look very close, they could be showing our construct. Those looking down on us, they must be a part of the audience, and we are part of the performance. We are on the stage of the nucleus.
Why don't you take the stage?
The stage down there?
Well, yes, you see the area that looks very much like a stage.
You see the area that looks very much like a stage. Yeah. Yeah. You see the area that looks very much like a stage. Stop playing with me. We go deep over here. Ghetto in the building. Walk one. Yes, Lord. Big you up.
Well, yes, you see the area that looks very much like a stage.
That looks very much like a stage. Yeah. Yeah, we see the area that looks like a stage. I've been showing the folks this, Mr. Hollywood. Bam! Got you, Mr. Hollywood. Got him. Look. Got you. Look, the stage. You see the area that looks very much like a stage? You see the area that looks very much like a stage? Yeah, look, the stage again. Yeah, showing you the stage again, Mr. Hollywood. Can't make this shit up. I need you folks to remember with me. It's so easier if we was doing this shit together. Different corners of the world, right? You know what's wild? Because when I think I found bits and bobs, people send me other things, right? It's because you lot have different servers. You're in different parts of the world. So when I think I found everything that I could possibly find on a particular character, this is when you lot come into play. Because, you know, your server's different. You're going to have different information over there. And I've seen that because I've had a few things come over from, you know, whether it's CC or someone else in the States. I'm like, oh, okay, I wouldn't have got that because I'm over this part of the world. So every little helps, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. The stage has been set. Play your part. It's not just my story. Look, it's even got the cornerstone right up top there. Look at that. And that part right there, the back opening, like how we was looking at the crater of Apollo 17 and Hellas Planitia. That part right there, the opening. Yeah. Wow. Got the keyhole effect.
To understand this more better, we are going to have to stand back and have a look. And if that don't work, we are going to have to take ourselves outside of the construct and have a look. Here, let's go.
Ah, shit. The boy J Dreamers. Yes, Lord. Hey, this guy's cold. I don't know how his mind works or the process, but yeah, he's cold. Right? He's cold. He's cold. He's cold. Pay attention to J Dreamers, folks. He's got some gems over there. Yes, Lord.
This is the United States Capitol Dome, right? You can see the architecture. You can see this style of architecture the world across in almost every Capitol building. Capitol, caput, the head. The head of what? It is a head, it is a top over a place of power.
When I heard Jay say that, I was like, woof, bingo, it clicked. It clicked. I knew exactly what he meant. I'm not sure whether he knew what I was getting at through this little motion picture here, but when he said that, I'm not sure whether he knew it at the time, but yeah, just came to mind.
Thank you, J Dreamers. I needed to hear this information. Kaput, the head, a place of power. Now it makes much more sense. Here, let's take a look.
Capitol, caput, the head. The head of what? It is a head, it is a top over a place of power.
Brilliant. So the tiara is a representation.
There you go. When I heard head, I was like, oh shit. That came right to mind. Right to mind. I said, yep. Imitation, like for like.
Of the Capitol building, and the Capitol building is a representation of the tiara. Wow, mirroring each other. Back to the nucleus, the center of the capsule. You are probably wondering, what does the tiara and the Capitol building have to do with the nucleus, the center of the eye? Well, I've been telling you for a long time. Let's break down the word nucleus to give us some more information. The term nuke is short for nucleus, a colony of a few thousand bees and a queen. So the tiara is a representation of the beehive, the nucleus. Could they be trying to tell us it's a hive mind system?
Now, the honey.
Yeah, the tiara, beehive, A. That blew my mind away. I was like, okay, whew. I see what's going on here. Right? The beehive, the hex again. We have the hex, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. The construct, the hex.
So the tiara is a representation of the beehive, the nucleus. Could they be trying to tell us it's a hive mind system?
Now, the honeycomb portion, where the bees live and stuff, this gets more into my idea of the fractal verse. I believe that space beyond the dome, if you were to crack open the sky itself and look at what it really looks like instead of empty black nothingness, it would be.
Hey, the first time when I heard Jay say this, blew my mind open, boy. I was like, man, that was like, you ever seen Pineapple? That just opened up some new ways. Like, no, bro, hey, that opened up some corridors, bro. I was like, wow. That was crazy, Jay.
Full. It would look like you're in a gigantic honeycomb with caverns and open.
This shit right here, this is it. Mr. Hollywood. Mr. Hollywood. Talk to them, Jay. Talk to them, Jay. Yeah.
Spaces and huge, magnificent places, and you would see the walls of heaven open up, just like you're in a honeycomb itself.
Ah, by the way, the music going off in the background you can hear. That's from Renegade R1. Renegade produced this. Good shit, Renegade. Hold on. Because even these images now, right? These images have a whole different meaning to me. When I see them, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I see what they're trying to depict. The British beehive, right? Excuse me. Yeah, the British beehive. You know what this looks like as well? This looks like hold on a second. Hold on. Excuse me. 100% for it. Damn, I saved it. Madman. Uh, okay, yes, this is the one I want to find. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's rock out real quick. All right, so what's wrong? Inside the arc, the nucleus, right? Look how it's set up. Look how the beehive is set up. Look at the rooms, right? It looks very familiar. They've even got the lunettes. Look at the lunettes, right? See how they got the lunettes? Each room has a lunette inside the arc, right? Each room has a lunette, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Brilliant. All right, if you want to know more on the lunettes, go and have a look at Moon TV episode 1. All right, that's one of my productions. We've already covered that. All right, lunettes, the arch, the lunettes. All right, little moon. Lunette means little moon or little, excuse me, crescent moon or little moon. And it's a V shaped, right? A V shaped also. Yeah, two-faced V shaped. Hey, there's so much we got coming, man. Just bear with me. But yes, look at the construct. Pay attention to the constructs, what they're in. Where do we see this type of design? The measurements. It looks very similar to the arc, ladies and gentlemen. Right, look at the arc again. This right here, top right. All right, see that? Noah's Ark, right? The compartments is what I'm talking about. See the compartments, see how they got them set up? Cross section, both of them been cross sectioned out, right? Look at that. Brilliant.
Back to the word nucleus. We already tied in the word nuke, meaning small colony of bees. Once again, you have the bees, you have the hex. We already tied in New Swabenland with the hex. Waben, meaning honeycomb. Honeycomb in Germany is Waben, just like the beehive. You get honeycomb in hex.
Yeah. Waben. Waben, New Swaben. Waben is honeycomb hex. Hexland. Right? Waben is honeycomb. Pay attention, folks. You ain't gonna get it anywhere else. Alright? Waben.
Waben, meaning honeycomb. Honey.
In German, it's honeycomb. Waben.
Honeycomb in Germany is Waben, just like the beehive. You get the hexagonal patterns. Nucleus, Lius. Now let's see what Lius would get us. In Old French, Lius means light or brightness. So the nucleus emits its own light and brightness.
Damn. Now when I look at this image, it's like, woo. What's going on there? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
In the form of high energy photons called gamma ray. Gamma ray, the big G. Could this be what the G's all about on the Masonic pictures? The gamma ray in the middle of the eye, the nucleus.
The bees construct their honeycombs with incredible precision, never covering the holy images. Why? Deep in Greece, near Athens, lies a beekeeper with a story that defies explanation. Isidoros Timonis places icons of Christ and saints inside his hives. And what happens next is astonishing. Faithful claim it's a sign of divine intervention. Scientists? Speechless. This phenomenon has persisted for over a decade, leaving everyone in awe. Is it a miracle, a mystery, or simply the bees knowing something we don't? The answer remains hidden in the hive. Do you think there's a deeper meaning to this?
What is it that holds the nucleus of the atom together? How does that thing stay together? What holds it together? They've been looking for what scientists call the nuclear glue that keeps them from flying apart. Well, now we know. Now we know what the glue is that holds together the entire universe and keeps it from flying apart. It is Jesus Christ. In him, all things hold together.
Falling in love with Jesus. Falling in love with Jesus. Falling in love with Jesus. It's the best thing I've ever done. I've fallen in love with Jesus. I've fallen in love with Jesus. Fallen in love with Jesus. You're the balance.
Mad. Yes, Lord. Hey, I don't know who's writing the script, but Hollywood, you need to pay me. Pay the man. Pay the man. Was I right? Incoming J Dreamers. Yes, Lord. Incoming J Dreamers. Yes, Lord. Hey, Jay, you just had a feature tonight, man. I rocked out with you. Right? Rocked out with you. This segment right here. Yeah. We just rocked out with you, man. We just was going through some of the old stuff. I was talking about how to go forward in my research and findings, I had to go back. Right? And I understand life now. We're gonna have to go back to go forward, Jay. Yeah, as we go forward, we really go back to go forward. Yeah, you're gathering that momentum, those receipts, and then you proceed, bossy, chest out. Yeah, have to go back to go forward. And this is what we've been doing tonight on a micro level. How many times was I right tonight? Or would I say Hollywood has been on par with us, right? From the moon to the lens to the hollow earth to the hollow moon. We had a ball tonight. We had a ball tonight. And it was something slight. It weren't heavy. We coming light with it. We just revisited the past, that's all. It was light. But it was interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Wow, man. I mean, can't make this shit up. Where was we? Hold on. What was this one? This one was we started, well, we didn't start from here, but this was one of the pinpoints, right? Now, the stuff that we talk about, you know, the moon, the lens, the eye, the stuff we talk about, Jay, they've got this in production. Hollywood's got a market on this, Jay. The movies, the animations, the games, the music, the art, the performance, many more. Plethora of things. Like, it's just crazy. The more you go back, you see it. This is what I mean by going back to go forward. You go forward with more receipts, more confidence, more information. It's brilliant, right? Let's go. Look, the eye, right? Look, you got the beast. You got the eye, right? You got the eye, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Right? You got the eye. Look, the globe. One on the right is a globe, meant to be the earth, but it looks like the one on the left, which is an eye. Make that make sense. Hmm? The one on the right is meant to be a representation of our realm, which happens to look like an eye. Yeah. Corneas, lens, canals, optics, vitreous, retinas. It's all there. Now, as they proceed to go through the eye of the beast, the creature, you would think you're going to see the components of an eye, right? As you see the cornea, as they enter the cornea, they're going to go into the vitreous, go through the iris. And then this right here should be the lens. This little speck right here, J, that should be the lens, J. But let's have a look. Because we know anatomy, right? We all have a lens in our eye. So this should be the lens. Let's have a look if it's the lens. Oh, no, look. What is it? It's the moon. Oh, okay. Very interesting, Mr. Hollywood. Because that's the shit we talk about. It's the shit we teach over here. Hmm? That lens in the eye is the moon. Right? It's the moon. You're looking at the lens in the eye. There you go. Maybe this should explain it more better, you know. One to the left is an eye with a lens poking through, which happens to look like a moon. And the one to the right is an animation movie, which is a representation of the moon. But it's in the eye of the creature, which is supposed to be the lens. Make that make sense? Make that make sense? Look, they're flying to the lens. Flying to the lens. Can't make the shot up. Which happens to be the moon. That's the shit I teach. That's the shit we research. Now Hollywood is doing the same. Hollywood, we need to have words, Hollywood. Pay me. Give me something. No, actually don't give me nothing. No, I take that back. I take that back. I don't want nothing. Don't want nothing. I see how you get down with those folks. Don't give me that. Take it back. Forget everything I said, Mr. Hollywood. Forget everything I said. Look at that though. What are they doing? What's going on, Mr. Hollywood? You show me the lens. You show me the moon, Mr. Hollywood. Which one is it, Mr. Hollywood? Make up your mind, Mr. Hollywood. I need to know though, Mr. Hollywood. Is it the lens or is it the moon, Mr. Hollywood? Because we can do both. We can do both. We can do both. All right. Yeah, so that was wild. And then not only that, we had this. We had Pragmata, right? We had Pragmata. We started off with the moon in the sky, right? We started off with the moon in the sky. Or as we've just seen in the recent video, so a clip, part of the clip segment, it was showing a lens, right? It was showing a lens as a moon or a moon as a lens. Either way, we can do both. Like I said, we can do both, Mr. Hollywood. Right? We can do both. But at the moment, they're showing us in the sky is a moon. And it looks like our moon. Well, hold on. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit as you can make you see. Yeah. It's meant to be a representation of our moon. All right, so look, the moon in the sky. But as we've just seen recently, they showed us the lens. Let's have a look. There you go. Transition to the eye, which makes it the lens. There you go. Bingo. Can't make this shit up. Look at that, Mr. Hollywood. We've just showed Jay the animations. Now we're on to the games. You see that, Jay? They've cornered every market, Jay. How do you feel about that? They've cornered every market when it comes to this. I just showed you the animations. Now we're on to the games, Jay. This is the gameplay, Jay. Very interesting. What's the chat room saying? Therefore looks like an eclipse, yeah. Lunar lens, solar focus, starry-eyed. So my eyes are going dead right now. I need some glasses. Chromatic abbreviations. I need glasses. I know that much. Yeah. Cataract, shiny and black cataract. Jeez. You know what's wild? When I'm staring at my laptop and then I turn my eyes to look at my other screen, it's a big adjustment. Everything's just blurry. It takes a while to like focus. Jeez. Hold on 1 second. Ah, Brown's in the building. What's happening? Salutes. Empress salutes. Said, is this a game? Yes, this is a game. It's a game. Exactly. You would never know, right? You would never know. Look, they're showing you the moon in the sky. Right? Normal. The moon, then it transitions to the lens. Mr. Hollywood, it transitioned from the moon to the lens. That's the shit we teach. Orbiter is a cavity or socket. Scott. Yeah, hey, come on. I preach that. We preach that. That's the one, Jay. Most definite. Which the eye and its appendages are situated. Yeah. That's it. Exactly. Yeah. Wow. Look at that. Check the gameplay. This shit is crazy, right? Look at that. They said at the beginning of the scene, this guy has made a hexagonal images. I didn't see that. Let me see that. What is it here? Kind of see a little something within the cloud. I'm not sure whether you heard, but earlier on I was speaking about the hexagonal patterns with Enoch, right? With Enoch, yeah. His description. Very wild, especially when it came to the depths of the sea. All right, let me forward it to the good part now. All right, now check this out. Oh, hold on, let me turn up the volume for this. There it is, the lens in the sky, the moon. Look. But how would the residents in the area in the early 8th century have understood the terrain that surrounded them at the macro God's eye level of a satellite, right? This is fresco from the 8th century, early 8th century. How dare they speak this into existence? How dare they speak this into existence? What's going on, Mr. Hollywood? Yeah, who's writing the script? Because this script seems to go back from the early 8th century. Yeah. Correlations between the quasar Ambra fresco and the face of the moon. Professor Kettar, to forget that bit anyway. But yeah, okay. Macro God's eye level of a satellite, right? Early 8th century, they're talking this shit. Yeah. God's eye level of a satellite, macro. The terrain surrounded them, right? The terrain. You understand that part? Terrain, terrarium, the eye. Early as the 8th century. And I'm pretty sure if you go back further, they're talking that source. Yeah, I bet money on it. Wild, right? So you wonder why, show you things like this. I mean, look, even religion, Mecca, right? Let's fly over to Mecca real quick. What's Mecca and them boys showing us over in Mecca? Look at this, right? This is Mecca. And then you go further back, well, not further back, but you go to, from Mecca to ancient Ireland, right? Ancient Ireland. What's ancient Ireland? The Druids showing us. It's like they were showing us one language. Everybody understood one vibration. From ancient Ireland to Mecca. Mecca, Ireland. When they first enter that reality timestamp, we're looking at Purple Matter. Oh shit. Salutes. Hey, we got Provo in the building. Salutes, Provo. Said, what's your take on the apple of my eye? The apple of my eye. Well, I think that's probably the lens again. It's something of the eye, right? Of my eye. The apple of my eye. And even when they show you the eye's been bitten. But I definitely think the apple of the eye is the lens. The moon. Yeah, the moon. I'm willing to bet that was probably the fruit in the garden, right? Eve bit the apple, apple of the eye. Yes, from Mecca to ancient island. Fascinating. And the further you go back, I mean, it was written in stone as well, right? Written in stone, petroglyphs. Auntie, Wagwan, Auntie. Big you up always, Auntie. Much love. Hey, Jay, let me know if you want that link. I'll throw that link down there. Oh, you Provo. Yeah. Provo MJ. Salutes. Cosmic Aegis. Cosmic Egg. But this is the thing. I think they're talking about the Cosmic Egg. Cosmic Egg. Forbidden fruit. Knowledge. Yeah, so like I was saying, this shit is in the fresco. 8th century. They're speaking about God's eye. Macro God's eye, may I add. Yeah. The observable universe, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they give us, the observable universe. What does this look like to you? Right? The observable universe. Keeping in mind, early 8th century, macro God's eye. Right? Macro God's eye. Fascinating. This is why I say, just because we have left mother, meaning you left your mother, I left my mother, it doesn't mean we left the body, right? Micro to macro. Just because a cell in your body divides, it hasn't left the body. Just because we divide, go forth and divide, we haven't left the body, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Micro to macro. Don't you get it? I've already tried to explain with Agatha. You have to go inwards. Micro to macro. Just because you divide, it doesn't mean you have left the body. Keep that in mind as you go forth, right? Yes, the fractal verse. iPhone. Now, it's wild, right? Because they say we live on a globe, right? They say we live on a globe. Now, the medical term for eye is a globe. As you can see here, this is an eye, this is the globe, this is the eye you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. But now what's crazy about this is, because check this out. You see this observable universe? Excuse me. This is space, that would be space, right? This will be the Earth right here. Got orbit, going out into orbit, into space. Outwards, right? Now, this region right here is orbit. All right, this is orbit. Goes all the way around. You get the globe and you get orbit. Goes around. So if they're on space, if they're on the globe and they leave the globe, they're going into orbit. This territory, this structure, the socket, right? As you can see here, orbit, globe, orbit, globe, right? Orbit, globe. Now, as we've been seeing before, in those Hollywood productions, yes, Mr. Hollywood, you've been presenting the moon inside, right? The moon inside of the eyes. Yeah.
Macro God's eye level of a satellite have on level of a chaosing. But how could this be firmament? Look, must be a crack somewhere. Maybe a crack in the firmament. Look, they are leaving the moon now. They are leaving the moon. How is that possible if they are in the earth? Maybe the earth is inside the moon? Could that?
How is that possible? How could they be leaving the moon if they're inside the earth? Hmm? Because that means they're inside the moon. Or a compartment of the moon, at least. Maybe this is a part of the moon. Like a dome section, a dome over them. But it's still attached to the moon. Bit like the Truman Show, the same, hypothesis I use with the Truman Show. If Truman stepped out of the dome, where would he be? He would be on the bigger Earth, right? The bigger Earth. Yeah, he would be on the bigger Earth. Truman is under a dome, a big setup, right? He would be on the bigger Earth if he stepped out. Now they're showing you that they're coming out of Earth, which happens to be the moon. Their ceiling is the moon. Their roof is the moon. Make that make sense? Now, if Truman exited his dome, because he's in Earth, just like this little girl and this mercenary, they was in Earth, but they exited through the roof, through the ceiling. And as they exited through the ceiling of Earth, they looked back and saw their rooftop was the moon all along. You understand? Yeah, the rooftop was the moon all along. But it's the lens, apparently. Yeah, their rooftop was the moon all along. Wild, right? So what does that show you in that game? In that game, it shows you they are living inside of the moon, which happens to be a location of Earth. Wild, right? Can't make this shit up. Then we come down here. What? Where's the cursor? 1 second. Depiction of the globe, which looks like an eye, right? The globe, the world, with the lens inside, which is apparently the moon. Yeah. Crazy. So they're exiting the Earth, but their rooftop is the moon. Hmm. Make that make sense. Huh. They're exiting Earth, looking down, and your rooftop is the moon. Crazy. Crazy, Mr. Hollywood. Thank you. Yeah, you've got everything cornered, Mr. Hollywood. I see you. You got the movies, you got the animations, you got the games, you got the scriptures, you got the music, you got the art, you got the theater, you got the news, you got the media. Yeah, you got the real religion. You got everything cornered, which happens to involve the moon and the lens. If you understand it, right? If you understand it, I understand it.
That be possible, in which we said that the Earth is contained with the lunar orb, as if in an epicycle. The Earth is contained with the lunar orb. Translation meaning the Earth and the moon is both inside of the globe. Just like the eyes, the lens is inside of the globe. If Earth is inside of the moon, then what is inside of the lens? Let's take
There you go. Hey, nucleus, you already know, man. This it's profound, man. This shit's profound. This shit is profound, man. I really love it. I love it, man. What else was there? Hold on a sec. Did I get everything? What's this one about? Oh, the Ark. Yeah. Oh, yes, the Ark. Okay. Now, another one, Jay. Right? The Ark. Let me show you real quick. Now, through my research and understandings, we've been talking about the Ark being the moon, right? Noah's Ark is really the moon, right? So even when you see stuff like this, Noah's Ark, right? It's really a representation of the moon. It's meant to be the moon, right? Noah's Ark. Through my research, right? Even this cross section here, it's like the honeycomb again, right? The beehive, Noah's Ark, right?
His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs.
So as they fly through the moon, right? As they fly through the moon, the theory is the moon is an arc, right? The moon is an arc. As they fly through the moon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the theory is the moon is an arc. Yeah, can't make this shit up. Yeah, can't make this shit up. Old megastructures are actually arcs. Yeah, that's in the movies and the games, right? That's in the games and the movies. Shit's crazy. Hold on a second. in my drink, and my soil is the anchor. My drink. I'll open another one. Give me a second. Go. Yeah, so the chat room's there. Let's have a look. Blood moon, broken vessel in God's eye. Woo! Most A. Listen, ghetto. Possible. Anything's possible. Yeah. And it's a box. A box is a container. Pandora. Woo! Moon. Box. Ark. Yes, Lord. Pandora's box. Yes, Lord. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There you go. That's it. When it opens, chaos is unleashed. Chaos magic and its symbol along with it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Take a ride on the mothership. All that was left in Pandora's box was hope. All right, so boom, yeah, the arc, right? As you hear it for yourself, take it back.
His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs. His theory is that all megastructures are actually arcs.
Need I say more?
Hmm? Need I say more? Mr. Hollywood, you have to pay me. Yeah, you have to pay me, Mr. Hollywood, if you want to use my shit now. I'm writing the script, Mr. Hollywood. Yeah, I'm writing the script. Early back as the 8th century, Mr. Hollywood. What's going on? Mr. Hollywood, you need to talk to me, man, because yeah, it's one of them things now, right? So it's all about perspective, really. You know, they've been showing you how they've been flying in the moon. Movies, games, lens, eyes, eyes, games, lens, movies, eyes. Now, all this seems to be happening within a hollow moon or a hollow earth system. But keep in mind, we could be dealing with the eye, right? The eye, the globe, right? The eye, the globe. Now, is it really the hollow earth? If we're dealing with the eye, right? We're dealing with a hollow earth construct, just like the globe, the eye, the globe is hollow. Now, these illustrations, could this be what they're trying to depict right here? Just like this. This is showing you the same thing, right? So therefore, that would be the lens in the eye, maybe. as Jesus sits upon the lens, right? Beat right on the center, on the nucleus. Look at him. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, you got 5 on this. I thought you may have had, 6 of them things. No, okay. Keep this image in your head, right? You see this image right here? Because he sits upon the lens, right? Because he sits upon the lens. Now, I want to take you somewhere real quick. Look at this. Look at the lens in plain sight. This is Chernobyl. This is the place that got shut down. You think they knew what's going on as well? Look at this. Plain sight, right? Jay, I've seen you present something like this the other day, and it was the moon again, right? When it had these linings, right? These features. You remember that the other day, Jay? Yeah, I remember that. Plain sight again. Look inside. Just like here. Got the lens again and the moon again behind. Just like in Chernobyl. The lens again. Moon. Many features of it, right? That even looks like an eye. Look at that. That bloody looks like an eye. That looks like that. Oh man. Chat room, what's happening? Yep. That's how the story goes. Enoch. This is why Enoch was able to give his description, and his description was out of this realm, may I add, right? Shapes like basalt columns, hexagonal patterns, depths of the water. Yeah, the same structure you'll get inside of a lens. Yeah, and this same structure, I've been seeing it in, Hollywood movie, Hollywood productions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've all seen them. It's all there, man. It's all there. We don't have to do much. That's the good thing about it. We don't force it, and it just, falls into place. Yeah, Don't take my word for it. Do your own due diligence. Do your own research. You'll be surprised on what you find with the moon. Right? You'll be surprised. Oh, you know what? Let's have a little crack at this one. Before we get out of here.
Oh, so you're more concerned with the old maps and the alignments with the moon map. Okay, let me take it a step further. How about if I use the up-to-date globe with the moon map? Let's take a look. With this connection, we will be looking into the moon, considered a planet, a world, and a satellite by James Naismith and James Carpenter. Here, let's take a look.
A planet, a world, and a satellite. This part as well. Remember, we spoke about the moon being a satellite earlier, and then we've seen the satellite in that game crash through the moon, right? Synchronicity. Yeah. It came through the moon, through the mirror, through the screen. Wow.
As you can see, we are in Nepal for this experiment, and we will be using Mount Vesuvius for our experiment. Keep that in mind, Mount Vesuvius.
It's not evidence that something is true just because you can take an old map of the earth and superimpose it.
Both authors, James Naismith and James Carpenter, both of them documented similarities between the moon craters and Nepal craters. Starting from Vesuvius, the volcano on the right hand side, in the middle you have something that looks like an arch, and followed by that you have the craters
over the moon and get a roughly good their alignment.
And down here on the bottom left you have like an island.
Damn. Look at that. Piano said Enoch, Eog equals one eye in Dutch. Ah, okay. I like that.
It's not evidence that something is true just because you can take an old map of the earth and superimpose it. You know, that don't prove that the moon is a mirror image of the earth. It doesn't.
Going against NASA, that's something I can get behind. Independent research, that's something I'm always promoting. Somewhere along this journey of truth seeking, I've heard Bro Sanchez on numerous occasions say, and I quote, "We have to be our own researchers, do our own independent researching." And I'm on board with that. Well, in that case, take a look at this. Well, what do we have here? An article from the Bridgeport Sunday Post, May 1964, over 60 years ago, titled "Moon a Mirage, Reflection of Earth's Surface." This should be interesting. An independent researcher by the name of Joseph A. Bodner made a statement, and I quote, "NASA has failed because the moon does not exist. It's only a reflection of Earth." Whoa. So the amateur scientist / researcher Joseph A. Bodner came to this conclusion in the 60s. That's
In the 60s, right? This was the talk within the 60s amongst independent researchers. I'm pretty sure he wasn't the only one. Right? Just like right now, I'm not the only one. Well, I'm the only one right now, but you know, in general, I'm not the only one. There was many people before me. There was a culture, a civilization, a group of people that knew this. Mm. I'm not the only one. Joseph A. Budner probably wasn't the only one. But something along the line, something happened, right? Somewhere along the line, something definitely happened because we don't hear about these things anymore. How dare you go against NASA? Hmm? How dare an independent researcher scientist goes against NASA and contends that the moon is just a reflection of the Earth? How dare you, mister? Who are you? Show me your paperwork. Hmm? Who are you? What's your name? Who's your... let me guess. Is your son Wim? Hmm? Is your son Wim? Joseph? Has to be. Hmm? You know the Godfather? Yeah, do you know the Godfather? You know Wim? Okay, maybe you do, maybe you don't. But yeah, this is Wim's territory also. Salutes to Wim, Godfather. Cheers! So, how dare you go against NASA, Joseph A. Budner? How dare you? How dare you go against NASA and say it's only a reflection? Psych! I'm loving it. Independent researchers. Love it. I love it, man. 420, if you got that shit. Mhm. Yes, Lord. It's wild, man. It's wild. This is the stuff they was talking about. You see the stuff I've just showed you within Hollywood, within the movies, within the animations, within the games. Yeah, that shit goes far back as the 8th century, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I've just showed it to you, frescoes. This shit's documented within the 8th century. What are we doing? Mm. Can't make this shit up. I told you. All roads lead to where? All roads lead to where? All right. Yeah. You lot watch me in real time put this together. Real time. That's the beauty about it. Hey, we got lots more to come. What's that? I got pictures last night, both showed in the sky. Oh, at the same time. Oh, the eclipse. You've been doing the eclipse pictures. Anyone do the eclipse? I think if you was in Spain, you had an awesome view. You was in Spain, apparently. You had an awesome view. Yeah. So yeah, man, you know how I feel. If it ain't the moon, the lens, Hollywood ain't gonna holler. They ain't gonna holler. uh, if it ain't the lens, the moon, the eye, hey, Hollywood is not going to holler. They're gonna tell you to keep going, try harder. They're gonna say, keep going. Nobody cares. Work harder, nobody cares. Let's keep going.
some kind of agenda, hit piece, Masonic agenda behind it to discredit the flat earth.
London Meets J Dreamers. This was a classic for me for many reasons. Main reason is I really enjoy J Dreamer's rendition of The Moon and the Eye. It's good to have open-minded conversations about topics we are both interested in and we both see common ground on. Brilliant.
There are a few candles up here, and if you look closely within this disc that he's holding, he's got the same amount of lights also in this sphere, right? It looks like he's possibly mimicking as above, down below.
I see that. We got
As above, so below. This is the same thing, possibly what Joseph A. Bodnar was talking about, right? So NASA wanted to go to this place right here. You see this right here, the moon? Yeah. And Joseph A. Bodnar could possibly be one of these candles. He's saying, hey, no, you can't go there because it's only a reflection of ourselves. As they're showing you here, right? A reflection. Candles, as above, so below, right? Within the construct. On the construct, right here, within the construct. Maybe. This is where my mind would go. I don't know about most of you folks, but this is where my mind would go. If I seen this, I would think, okay, 7 above, 7 below. It's just like a mirror, right? The mirror. This is it, the mirror.
the 7 candles, and it looks like he's holding the moon.
It does indeed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7 lights that are shining on that little moon disc or whatever he's holding on to on his right hand too.
Orthodox Jews gather monthly to recite a blessing over the new moon, which celebrates God's creation and renews the symbolic connection between the Jewish people and the moon. If you ask me, this image is demonstrating the moon, the firmament, and a representation of the menorah. Let's take a look at the menorah.
Menra, menorah, menorah. Okay, that's exactly what it is. It's menorah, and it's related to light. Ra is related to light. Menorah is related to light. What is a menorah? From the Semitic word nur or nur, which means to shine, to give light. Compared to the Arabic word nar, like Naruto, right? That's the root of the word, is fire or light or plasma or energy, right? Menorah, 7-headed light, basically, to give light, shine. The ancient word for the apex dome was sin, but people also pronounced it sheen. When something has a sheen, it glows. It has a glow to it. Sheen is also to shine.
The 7-branch menorah from the ancient temple in Jerusalem is symbolically and traditionally linked to the moon, along with other heavenly bodies. This connection is primarily found in Jewish tradition, especially throughout the interpretations of the menorah seen as a symbol as the cosmos. Not only that, the cosmos is known as the All-Mother, or the personification of the universe itself. In that case, the menorah is a representation of the crescent moon. And the crescent moon is a representation of Mother.
Or truly Menra, or truly menorah, the true menorah. Now, this is a geoglyph, or this is a petroglyph that somebody drew of the plasma that shoots up from Mount Meru. They've included the legs, which are the plasma sheath, the Big Apple, as I told you about. Those are the legs when you see them from a distance. It's just a dome that goes over the Garden of Eden. That's why there's people underneath its legs. And then we have the arms that reach up. That's the main beam of plasma that shoots up from the center of that mountain. Plasma instabilities branch off to either side, giving the impression of arms. And then some weird 7 heads, right? Like a 7-headed serpent or something or whatever. This is what people saw in the sky.
Right, that there. All right, that's good shit. That was good shit. I think that was all right. That was a go ahead. That was a go ahead. That's it. Tune into the moon and do what lunatics and loonies do, but soon our Roonins tunes to you is inverse versus Looney Tunes. Is where researchers do with rebirth at sorry, what's that house? My eyes are going crazy. Curtains who purpose due. Hit me with the rhyme and twang. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. When I've seen people use a parabolic mirror, the principle you're describing, sorry, my eyes are going mad, is the reflection. Yes, I mean, the only way I can see the parabolic mirror working is being on the inside of something. That's the only way a parabolic is going to work. That's the only way you can use, or that's the only, I think, well, not the only way, but that's where I think they get the idea from, is what I meant to say. Right? That's the idea of being on the inside, something concave. Right? Concave. This is where Archimedes and people before him made this discovery. You know, something parabolic, meaning something concave. Right? Something concave, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, something concave. Something concave. This is where the idea would have to have come from. No pun intended, idea, right? Being on the inside of something. Right? Even the cosmic cave, that's a thing, right? I've heard, well, not heard, but I know Paul, Black Sheep researcher, his thing is the cave, being inside of something, right? A container, the cave. Right? The cave is also known as the eye socket. Right? The eye socket in the cave. The globe, as you see here, the globe is in the cave, in the eye socket. It's in a container. So many containers our construct is inside of. We have the nucleus, we have the lens, we have the globe, we have the cave. So many things. Yet, little conversation. Little conversation. You see, everything you hear me speaking right now, this is from my mind, right? You know, when they say speak your mind,
Yeah, this is coming from my mind. Everything I presented and said today is from my mind. If you got things to say, you really should speak your mind. But be mindful, because then people would know what's in your mind. Yeah. The globe. The globe. Like we said, Mecca. Hold on, let me use that. Where was we? Mecca. Boom. Mecca. Look at the cube. Look at the construct. Look at the design. Look at the features. The bridges. One thing I've come to understand, pathways, crossings, bridges, they always get built with a purpose. Always get built for a purpose. It's by design, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is Mecca, right? Mecca. Look at the design of Mecca. Then we go over to Ancient Island, right? Ancient Island. Look at Ancient Island. Wow. Pretty similar to Mecca, right? Don't you agree? That they're trying to mimic something? One language, one understanding. You go back forward the 8th century, like they said, they had an understanding about the macro God's eye level. Macro God's eye level. Now we see it played out in Hollywood. It's always been the eye. It's always been the lens. It's always been the moon. It's always been the UFO. I got more coming on the UFO. Yeah. We got it covered from all angles, man. Just be patient. Just be patient. Earlier on, I was talking about the Nuwapian folks when they mentioned about, Earth being a spaceship. My earlier years, I was like, get out of there. What the hell are you talking about? Get out of there. Earth being a spaceship. Nah, man, this is flat Earth. Don't you get it? It's flat Earth. Dome, flat Earth. Right? That's where I was. But fast forward, look where we are now. Mothership lens. Right? That's a big slap in the face. That's a big slap in the face. Right? Nuwapian folks, forgive me. Right? Forgive me. Look where we are now. UFO, lens. Yeah, lens cult, UFO cult. Yeah, kid you not. UFO quote. Thanks to Kanye West. Thank you. Salutes. Yeah. Look where we are now. UFO. Now we've got to go back and look at the UFO movies. Cheers. No worry, I got you covered. You see the UFO, you see the lens. You see the moon, you see the UFO. Right? You see the moon, you see the UFO. You see the UFO, you see the lens. You can't have one without the other now. Yeah. Lens, moon, UFO. That's the Trinity right there. Lens, UFO, moon. Yeah. That's my new Trinity. Yeah, I kid you not. Kid you not. Look at this. So this part here reminds me of the iris. When you zoom into the iris, it kind of looks like this. This part here would be the lens, the moon. It's got everything inside of it, right? Look, it's got the stars, the universe, the planets, everything within inside of this. Ladies and gentlemen, this would be the firmament, the egg. They give it away in everything they show you. You just got to know how to decode it. Look, there's nothing beyond the barrier. There's nothing beyond the observable universe, nothing beyond the structure. This would be Kepa belt, right? Kepa. This is the barrier. Right? This would be Atum. It's all happening inside the grey area, right? The structure, the construct. Nothing beyond. Other than water, just like the eye, right? Other than water, as they're showing you here. Nothing beyond other than water. I don't make it up. Yeah, it's wild, man. Early as the 8th century. Jeez. They know what they're doing. Oh, there's more chat room. Oh shit, I didn't realize. It stopped back there. Okay. And identify floating objects. Yeah, that's it. Floaters. That's what you get in the eye, right? Floaters. Yeah, folks. Any questions? I hope you was entertained. I hope you understood the assignment. I hope it didn't go over your head too much. I tried to keep it within the boundaries of, understanding. Yeah, everything leads back to the moon. London. That's what they're showing me. The chat room saying, let's have a look. The flood was all God's tears. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Tears. This place is seriously getting more crazy. Yeah, it's getting wild. Every time you think you know something, something else arrives. You're like, whoa, I needed to see that. I needed to see that. Every day. Yeah. Spirit may live in water. The cloud from it makes them float. That's it. It. The clown. You always see the clown with the balloon again, right? The orbit. The it. Got the orb. It. Clown. He's in the underworld. He's in the sewers. That clown is crazy anyway. Oh, I remember watching that as a child. That was crazy. But yeah, what's new, folks? Anything new? What did I miss? Hey, what did I miss? What did I miss? I see a lot of people miss class. Well, we focus on the ones that turn up. Salute to the grand old chat room, man. Salute for coming out, stepping out again. Got Kai in the building. We've got amongst us our predators. We've got CC in the building. Fools and Tools in the building. Empress in the building. Eternal Vision in the building. Piano in the building. Salutes. J Dreamers in the building. Neo, what's happening? Empress, Wagwan. Hey, some lovely folks down there, man. Lizzo, what's good? Lizzo. J Ether. Yeah, salute to you folks, man. So we live in a giant cosmic eyeball. Hey. He said, so we live in a, Jay said, so we live in a cosmic eyeball. I mean, Jay, look. Hold on. Where's that shit gone? I think I may have missed it. I seen it somewhere. I know I did. Yeah, it's there. I see it on the phone, but I can't see it on the screen. What does that look like to you, Jay Ether? To me, that looks like the eye. Once again. Just like what they're depicting here. Yeah, just like what they're depicting here. We've got the construct here again. Just like here. And in this region here. All right, you see that? The grey area. That would be this. It's encased. Exactly what they're showing you here. The Earth is encased within the moon. The lens. Right? And then we go over here now. They're showing you the exact same thing, what I'm telling you. You have the eye, the globe, and then the lens within the eye, the globe. All right? See that right there? That's it in its whole entireness right there. They're showing it to you. That's the constructs right there in its whole entireness, with the moon inside of it, the globe and the moon and the earth inside of the moon. All right, so yeah, I think they're showing us the eye. Concave system. There you go. Edit that shit. We have to watch for the con in concave. Inner earth. Damn, this chat goes on. Shit. Take it off. Take it off. Yeah, grand old chat room. You lot have been lit today, man. Thanks for turning up. Thanks for turning up. Damn. I missed a lot of shit. Oh, back to work now. Yeah, yeah. Salute to you, Jay. Thanks for passing through. Appreciate you. Hey, keep bringing them that moon shit, that eye shit, that lens shit. If we don't, Hollywood's gonna do it anyway. Then you know what we have to do? Circle back, spin the block. Yeah, guaranteed. If we don't do it, Hollywood's gonna do it, or they've already done it. So I'm spinning the block either way. But yeah, man. You know how we do. If it's the moon, the lens, the eye, bring it. I'm all ears. Micro, macro, as above, so below. Yeah, all of that stuff. Like I said, just because you have left your mother, right? It doesn't mean you have left the body. Let me say that again. Just because you left your mother, it doesn't mean you have left the body, right? Just because you have divided from your mother, you have not left the body. Huh? What are you talking about? Cells inside you divide from one another, but they have not left the body. All roads lead back to the moon. London. It's different. We're coming, man. We're coming for them. Let's give it time. It's going to reveal itself. Yes, Lord. You already know. You already know. Feel that shit. But yeah, nothing new. Say no more. All right. All right. Look after yourself. Love over war. And lay low. London.